What we're going to do right now is just look at the footage, and then what I need to do is figure out how can I download this to mirror on the other channel. I've tried to bring locals to my field, right? Because you're not going to be there for me when it's over, when the grid is over, when money is over. You're not going to be there for me. And I'm going to be there for you. Okay. So I've been kicked out of the local mall. I've been kicked out of, or I made the people feel uncomfortable where they check out books, where people check out books, where they sell, tell kids stories and have authors speak. They're afraid of me. And I've gone to 8 churches locally, and they constantly say it's not my race. It's just the perception that I'm divisive, and that they are not there to hear out what I say. So we're gonna go now live, but this is happening. This is happening as
Israel yesterday
millions
issued
leave
new warning.
Milton.
Basically,
This is happening
laying siege
as
to Lebanese waters.
Iran has been striking Israel, and Israel has struck back or is striking Beirut, other locations in Lebanon, and then they're preparing to strike Iran. And then I'm not monitoring all U.S. media. It's very traumatic, but in the right-wing echo chamber, it's back to Middle Eastern terrorist, boogeyman, boogeyman, boogeyman. Do not question official story, boogeyman, boogeyman, boogeyman. And it appears that, it's not everybody, but it's everybody that I'm in contact with, or everybody that I come in contact with. Okay. Now, I really need to see that comment from Ninja at this point in time when I'm feeling hurt by white people. We need to hear from the spiritual white people. And he says, I just want to say, excellent work, Alex. As a white man and spiritually awakened, Kundalini awakened man, I want you to understand that you have my support. Well, thank you. On the East Coast, it's really bad as far as black against white as well. Thank you for reporting this. I unfortunately foresee in the future white men retaliating. I do too. The minorities do not understand. This is how Nazi Germany happened. I understand. And I'm trying to tell the white man with white family what you tell me now, and the white woman. This is no bueno. The worship of the tall man makes white man angry and sends him. We see the way I'm speaking for myself. We see the way Alex Jones has speak for years. Okay. Alex Jones speaks for years. He says, because the left did this and the left did that. And then he sends people in a dark direction. My mother, thanks God, just so you know, that I never got close to Alex Jones and he never liked me. My mom and I don't agree, but my mom is very happy that Alex never liked me and I never got in his inner circle. Now, the minorities don't understand this is how Nazi Germany happened. Minorities in America, including mainstream Latinos and Latinas, are totally naive to the real white supremacy, black supremacy, and I could see that they are losing these Latinos. They are losing their women to the black men. Okay, everywhere now. I am seeing it everywhere now. Unless they're married with children, the little young Latinos, especially white ones that have kind of, Hispanic to white mixing, they are preyed upon when there's not enough blonde white women to go around. They will then take a step over to the Latina and prey on them. And the Latina is under the same mind control as the white girl to leave her brothers. And this is affecting the black woman. And I have talked to the black woman locally about this. Now, he says, Ninja, in the Weimar Republic, the Germans were fed up with the German Marxists and they retaliated. In many ways, I have attempted to warn them, but unfortunately, it is too late historically and economically speaking. America has become Weimar 2.0. And there may come a day where a lot of these secret orders of the Vatican may come for me as the Pharisees came for Christ. Sad times. Now, that is very troubling, what they did to Christ and what they do to Christians and what is done to innocent Muslims. So it's more than, like one thing. It looks like we have an ad here of some type. Okay, so let's listen in. I will be back.
AP's on the phone.
We will then go to Milton footage.
Hi, thanks, Sabrina. On the postponing of the Gallant visit, do you have any sense whether this has an impact on what Israel may or may not do regarding strikes on Iran at all? And did the secretary speak with him, or is there a call on that?
I don't know if this is relevant, what we're listening to.
Thanks, Lita, for the question. So in terms of impact on
Israel's response, again, I'm not going to speak for the Israelis and their operations. We certainly can remain in touch, whether it be in person.
They are using brown female faces for this order.
Scheduled
right?
for a later
It is
time.
so sad
via
seeing them
phone.
use
I'm
petite
not aware that the
brown
Secretary-
faces for a system, and they don't want good men to wake them
it's still
up.
early.
So they're misleading people. The Harris followers
so a call could
and the
always be
Biden
scheduled for
followers,
later
they're
today or
really
later this
naive
week.
too. They're
And
very
that being said, we still continue to consult with
very
the
shallow
Israelis
folks,
on
Harris
what their
supporters.
response might be, but I'm just not going to speculate further.
Having said that, I've
beyond
called out racism towards Harris because we don't need to play that game. Right wingers will show her as a monkey face. Don't do that. Just call out the fact that she's playing the system. Don't play this. Look at what breach she is.
that he postponed his trip.
How much equipment has CENTCOM moved out of Tampa? How many warplanes, ships? What's
I have no money for prepper gear, but I need to
all
get food and
personnel out,
water.
or are they keeping a
You may
skeleton?
donate to me if you wish, but you're not commanded to.
So in terms of
I'm not going to be cowardly about this. I have what I have.
Been moved from CENTCOM, from McDill. I would refer you them to speak to that. I don't have
I
those
am not
numbers,
positioned
but
for
I know
long-term
that
food
they've
storage.
taken a number of precautions to move aircraft out, taking protective measures. There is an evacuation order in place. I believe there will be, only essential.
We are at risk of looting here, okay? And I am feeling called to,
are following those orders and leaving the affected area.
Can the op center stay open
make
and
new attempts to wake up my immediate community.
And is it protected? And what impact will it have on U.S. operations in the Middle East in the coming days?
Immediate means immediate, not across town.
I do not anticipate any impacts to forces and our operations in the Middle East.
The first step was the cops coming to me, like Magneto.
In terms of how the op center will be able to operate, I'd really refer you to CENTCOM to speak to that. I just don't have that level of detail from here. Warren, did I see you?
Yeah. Two questions. You say you don't have a readout of a call today between Secretary Austin and Minister Gond. Do we expect the
Are you seeing these ads by chance? Are you seeing the ads? I need to know if the ads are coming through. You need to see the mind control ads as they pop up. You now go to NBC. In 2016, I did write an article about Trump potentially being the one selected to kick off World War III. Of course, it's he may inherit something. We're going to go back and forth between videos and news. Severe geomagnetic storm could disrupt power grids. What is critical from this? All we know is that, as the U.S. deals with disruptions from Hurricane Milton with 3 million without power, things could get worse for us. And then, of course, you have different grids in the U.S., a national grid and other grids. And so things are going to be different in different parts of the world. The U.S. is very vulnerable. I've read that years ago, especially the northern states. They're more vulnerable than the southern states. If you did not know that, the level 4 geomagnetic storm began hitting Earth at around 9:30 a.m. ET and is expected to continue through Friday. Okay. I already showed you in the other video where we were as far as the geomagnetic storm level. Okay, so we don't need to do that right now. Stand by. We're just going through this quickly, making sure that all this is good to go. Okay. Take a look now at what's on the front page of Google. Let's just scan this together quickly, and we'll do this on a more regular basis. Hurricane Milton, 3 million without power. How many people are being trafficked right now? If there's no reporter to be there, is it really happening? By the way, here's a heart chakra-based gong bell. And pendulums at Five Below are now $3.50. So if you need an emergency pendulum, is this person safe? My recommendation is to engage in divination during an emergency. Does this person have a gun? Understand that you are permitted under God to do these things. Okay? You are not forbidden if your life is in danger from tapping into your natural magnetic gifts. Remember that. I'm trying to help you. Sheriff rescues 14-year-old stranded on floating hurricane debris. Okay. Israel fired on peacekeepers in Lebanon. All right. Severe solar storm that hit Earth Thursday could be a global phenomena with auroras as far south as California. Okay. Crime spree suspect arrested after standoff in Lakewood. On that note, lots of violent stories that we may mention shortly. Okay. At some point soon. But it's going to be one thing at a time tonight. So it's just going to be a long broadcast. And the solar energy is literally emanating out of me. So it's a time for love. As I said in a recent video, during solar maximum, sex and romance and intimacy and hugging and things of a deeper nature between man and woman, because that's all I comment on. I don't comment on homosexuality. Between man and woman, that union is very powerful. But it's also why you have the rapes and the killings. Men that have been broken 4 years, that have been resentful 4 years, that don't believe in rising above the trauma. I'm not giving them an excuse. This isn't an excuse, but it is science. It is the science of the breakdown. The geomagnetic storms and rape. It's not blaming. It's not making defense. It's a science that on the earth, when there are more aurora borealis, women are stuffed in cars. And I am a man on a planet of 8 billion that has unique sight. And I've been doing this shit for a while, guys. You know that. The solar storm studies, out of all the researchers on the solar studies, there's so many different things that the solar flares influence that I and I alone discuss. Thank you. And I salute you, all 10 people, for holding your attention. For you now understand that I've been the real deal. This is why the people that attack me, you understand why I call them demons, right? You understand why the people that troll me, that obsess on me, that never move on with their lives, why I call them possessed reptoids, whether in Colorado or Oregon, because they're hateful. Everything about them is kill, 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 and destroy. And running people like me off my fucking land when I do shit to them, okay? You need to understand that humans are fucking cretins now. Now we're down to 8. 2 people bounced, but that's your fault, not mine. For years, people call me an idiot for knowing about the sun. Conspiracy tards are fucktards, and don't you ever forget it. Especially the women. They're the worst. If anything, find a normal woman who isn't brainwashed by Tucker Carlson, Donald Trump, and Alex Jones. They're the worst women alive because they don't respect short brown men that are prophets. They're constantly looking for the big black cock, and they're never sorry. The women that email me from my past are never sorry. And it's because of those women that I fornicated with that I know that women have become evil on the earth. Because I would expect the women that I stuck my cock in to be kind to me in the last days. They're not. Meaning they've been taken. Their bodies are still there, decrepit and falling all apart, no longer pretty. None of them are pretty. All of them are nasty looking that I banged back in the day. All of them are grotesque. But back in the day, they were lookers. And that's the ultimate deception of mankind, of the lustful man, is that he will be super, super drawn and attracted to with a monstrous libido, a petite Latina, without realizing that she's going to be a big fat hog, not to mention a whore, by the time she's a certain age, due to the programming, unless she wants to ditch fast food, unless she wants to have a real man. These people here in my community are grotesque monkeys, basically, of various heritages. And then you've got these stupid ass chairs, man. You got these stupid ass freaking chairs that you got to assemble on your own, and you put too much fucking muscular in, and the shit just breaks on you, man. Shit just breaks on you. All right. You know what I mean? It's bullshit, man. And then look at this aurora borealis. What is going on, bro? Are those demons? Are those angels? Are those eagles? There's some coming at us, bro. There's spirit up in them. There's spirit up in that sky. That shit is hardcore, baby. And I look and I look and I see and I know it, that there's archetypal spirits that are just coming at us. So I believe this. Watch your back during solar maximum eras. And from the cops, there's good cops. But cops, they get angry. They get angry and they crack down too much sometimes, you know, when they are laying down the. So I've been sobbing constantly, okay, at the grocery store, in traffic. And I let people see these people don't give a fuck when you're crying. You know what I mean? There's something like scary about their apathy. And I would expect women are naturally believed and written about to be super empathetic, and the men, and then they still write this way in books at the library. The women are empathetic and the men are non-empathetic. That's not my experience at all. All the empathy for me that comes from my audience is from hardworking white men. They're never white-collar white men. They're blue-collar white men. There's also disturbed white men that watch me that are not of the light side. And then I have a deep history of some white men helping me, and then many of them leading me astray, and then ultimately abandoning me, like the women, like the bitches, like my mom. So there is a strong parallel of criticism that I have for men and women, and I don't really see people like me discussing it, how when the solar storms come, we men and women, we go batty. We go batty. Now let's mature the discussion. Cyber attack hits American water, affecting thousands in Iowa. Whoop, whoop. American Water, the largest water and wastewater utility in the U.S., is struggling with a cyber attack. So they're going to take out our water and make us do horrible things just to take a shower. Like I said, the future is going to be a lot of pretty girls with dirty buttholes that don't know what it's like to go that a shower. And it's going to be pretty nightmarish for them, which is why I've been promoting, thank you for holding your attention, 9 people. You need to know, ladies, how to be sane and clean yourself and without shower in case the water runs out. So wet naps, off-grid living, there's ways that you can be clean. And I personally was not as hygienically clean as I could have been if I had more water and wet naps. I just pretty much just let it ride. But you can be squeaky clean if you want to. And hygiene is important. If you don't shower, if you don't clean yourself, I found, and you're online on YouTube, you can bring bad energies to you and it can equate to bad luck. Washington State woman calls 911, flees property after being hounded by 100 raccoons. Okay. So there you go. Continuing. You know what things I could have mentioned to the cops? Yeah, it's disappointing seeing teenage girls that look like they're 11 and 12 wearing booty shorts, going with teenage female drivers to the coffee shop that I hang out without supervision. You know what I mean? I don't approve of that. You're a little girl, you're white, in a world in which there's black on white violence. The truth is, some of these little white girls are watching porno and they're getting turned on by the gangbang. I'm so sorry to tell you, it doesn't mean they're whores. It means that these women are highly impressionable to pornographic activity. Let me ask you this. Is this appropriate? If people want to make the girls carnal at a younger age, why would that be the way to do it? Why not do it in a more healthy way if the girl's going to be sexual at a younger age? Why just throw that shit out there for them to get, and then the women, when they think they can be with older men, then it gets the men in prison and corrupts them. It's not okay for underage girls to think that it's okay to invite older men into their vagina. That's no bueno. And young women need to be scolded from the behavior that is being taught to them on TikTok. They are being taught on TikTok to dress themselves up like the sexiest thing that ever existed. And I'm telling you, parents, it's going to blow up in your faces. You think it's freedom? You think you're being the opposite of Muslims? You need to understand, as much as you hate Muslims, why in those countries, other than oppression, why some of them went in that direction to protect their women from their own lust. And so when I see the pretty women at the coffee shop with the COVID mask, you don't think that I think that they're really afraid of COVID, do you? And they may say in their mind, oh, no, it's COVID. It's COVID. No. You're afraid of people grabbing that ass. You're hiding how pretty you were born, because you know what? It is not a gift to be born pretty as a woman on earth right now. It is a punishment. That means every pretty girl needs our love. If she's a demon, we'll wake her ass up, dude. Don't be an asshole. Why don't you do something about it instead of calling her a demon? You and your fucking asshole girlfriend, you're the fucking demons. And that's the real truth, is that there's demons amongst us that want to pretend to be cool, yet they want us to be callous like them. And that's the real reality. People can act like they're independent of the crime waves when they are in reality being polluted by the crime all around them. Let's get back to the news. What I got to do is just hit the bag and take breaks and then hit stop on this and then come back, right? So here we go. We have this going on. 80-mile-an-hour winds. They're talking about hundreds of tornadoes, okay? And then I've dealt with surviving tornadoes, just so you know, okay? And we are at crisis point now. And then we're also dealing with areas in which the hail is getting bigger and bigger and bigger when it's hail season. And we're talking about like golf ball size hail coming out of the sky, like literally like coming for people. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go to a YouTube video. Okay. We're going to keep going with this. I don't want to take you down the road of a bunch of nightmarish crime news, but we need to go ahead and do some basic house cleaning. Now we're going to show you one video, and the one video will be like your one video for like 10 videos. In other words, we don't have time, guys, to show you 10 videos about 10 couples having their, you know what I'm saying? We have enough time to show you maybe one, and then we'll go back to this. And then as far as geopolitical, something is happening with the navies coming into contact with each other. And it looks like the United States may have struck Top Gun style the Russians recently. Okay. So a man attacked a couple after a football game. That's in the news. A woman described surviving a knife attack in her Santa Monica home and fighting back. Okay. And then we look at the image of a woman. It's a very, very beautiful, beautiful woman, but definitely doesn't look spiritual at all. Second suspect turns self in after postal worker stabbed and killed in Clackamas. That's out of Portland. Fight outside Beverly Hills restaurant ends with knockout punch. And in another story, man lights himself on fire. I and I alone, out of all the earthly soul researchers, I and I alone am the man, the ultimate truther, who has told you that crazy people, unstable people, literally light on fire. You will not hear this from suspicious observers. You will not hear this from Diamond David. What a name at Oppenheimer Ranch. They want you to think the sun is dead. I was right. They are wrong. I am poor. They are rich. That's what happens in Satan's kingdom. It's time for you to realize the internet was all about telling you the sun was dying and the earth is flat. In the end, Jack, who was right? Answer me now, boy. Now. You will answer me now. I was right. They are wrong. I was right. They are wrong. They work for the devil. The whole internet was weaponized against you for 10 years about the sun. I busted my ass to wake you up, and the internet kept throwing you liars, saying the sun was going. Own it, bro. Call her ass out. Own it. Call her ass out. Call her ass out. Call her ass out. Call her ass out. Don't put up with these fucking people saying the sun's dying. They fucking were paid Google, YouTube, bank to lie to your ass. You know what I mean? And how many people try to bully me on the internet saying we're in a grand solar minimum? I was trying to save your white ass. But all these people go, grand solar minimum, grand solar minimum, grand solar minimum, grand solar minimum. What now, boy? What now? I don't think so. Apologize to me. Apologize. When the sun is active, I told you strength is powerful. That means, woman, when that man's come swinging at you, his punches are powerful. I'm talking like this at Starbucks. A woman hears what she's saying. She gets back in the car. She's afraid of me. The reason, dumbasses, in case one's out there, is because she has a demonic attachment who is her handler, who is invisible. I can't see the handler. You can't see the handler, but it's connected to the reptilians. It's connected to the archons. It's demonic. Not only that, there's a cord with a woman of a Jeep that goes up to a demon. So when I speak to the woman in the Jeep, she goes, hey! Why are you freaking out on me when my people create your fucking religion? Hey! Bitch, you're freaking out more than the neo-Nazis. At least they watch my content, even though they call me a snowflake, little sawed-off sand nigger. At least they fucking like my off-grid content. Tell it's time for them to throw me away. The Muslim women, they are the most terrified. And I sat there with a Palestinian today and explained to them, you know, the only Islamic law that maybe my dad followed was don't eat pork. Dude never even heard of such a thing. Dude never even heard of fake-ass Muslims that aren't even, he was so skeptical. And so mainstream Muslims and immigrants have their head up their ass. And because I've been trying to say, stop being Nazis, stop saying kill everybody, stop putting all migrants in the same terrorist box. When plenty of them, and I've seen them, ain't doing shit. They're women by themselves, walking alone, just waiting for some asshole to punch them in the face because no man's protecting them. It's the opposite of everything you've been told to believe about Muslims. They're literally walking by themselves, being peaceful, not wanting to fuck with anybody with no man around them. It's the opposite of everything we've been fucking told, bro. And they don't give a fuck about Muslims getting killed. All they want to do is just shove that fat face with more fucking food. Gobble, 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 sucking on Satan's cock while thinking they're worshiping Allah. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. And that's a punch hard to my head when I give 20 Muslims my YouTube channel. And they're all like, fuck you, bozo. Just like that bitch from the Rocky show. He's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? My name's Rocky. I don't want you hanging on the corners with no coconuts. You know what I'm saying? I know the girl. She's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you, bozo. I'll be a whore if I want to. These fucking people fell off the banana boat. They don't want no fucking help from me. Well, you know what? See you on Judgment Day. You want to hate me more than white people? See you. You don't want to be you. It's like that, baby. Yeah! Bam! Yes! 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 Lights out, piece of shit. And now go for his buddies. Snatch and grab. Boink, boink, boink. Hanging with the wrong boy. And then grab their girlfriend and throw them away. Bitch. Yeah. One person stops watching right now. Be gone. Right now. You, right now. Stop watching. Bitch. Bye. You're still there. Solar flares. Oh. Literally, you can be a scumbag person. Thank you for the 7 likes. Fucking love the love, bro. Love it. Love it. Now, you can be someone that doesn't like everything that I'm saying, but you see me as a tiny guy hit that bag. You can learn from me, guys. You don't have to be like the way you are when I'm like, give me likes, give me likes, give me likes. You're like, no, bro, you're being violent. Why, though? Why am I acting like that? Look at this shit. You want to cheer him on? Cheer me on, too. Now, there's a guy at the gym. He likes to lift weights. He likes to talk manly. I'm respecting his privacy. But I told him, bro, hit the bag now. And then he did this thing and he did this type of, you know, where I'm going like, is that your final answer? You know where we're going with this. People like to talk tough. A lot of men don't want to admit. I'm shocked how many men don't know how to throw an actual punch. Meaning they've never actually been jumped for their race or heritage yet. Meaning a lot of white men that might get the beat down later, they don't have MMA or martial arts or boxing training. And then you have some MMA jerks over the years, without naming names, who try to put me down for trying to teach people how to strike while they didn't ever show a strike on their channel. Just ground and pound and bragging about humping and ground and pounding a woman. Oh, bro, I got to wrestle a woman today. Got such a stiffy. And that's about it. Okay, bro, teach me women's self-defense. Grasshopper effect. Okay, yeah, I smell white supremacy. Yeah. You need to help me, bro. If you think I'm not intelligent enough at protecting the white girl, you need to tell me exactly how to advise the white woman. You understand what I'm saying? You can criticize, but you just can't tell women that they have to be MMA jocks. You need to literally teach the woman self-defense. When I come up to you and I do this, I'm showing you Harangdo, bitch. I'm showing you a real fucking martial arts move about grabbing some dude by the balls, okay? And so I've taught you real street fighting. Even though I'm a little dude, I've taught you real Mortal Kombat, even if you don't see that. I don't get credit collectively, I feel, from a lot of people on my solar studies, trying to be calm here and respectful to you, my martial arts, my meditation capability, or we're going to keep going, my vast off-grid knowledge, my predictions of the future, we're down to 6 followers. You were just at 10 5 minutes ago. 40% of you just failed, and that's what I'm talking about. We have people in this classroom that do not have an attention span to hold a focus. And you think that you're going to survive the New World Order? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You must stop the chain smoking. You must be able to go a few days without marijuana. We saw 7 likes, now we're down to 5. And I'll never know whether it's the system or human beings that are going, I mean, because that's a pretty unique mindset. I'm going to like you and dislike to try to throw you off your nice try. The confidence won't go. I'm not here working for likes. I'm here working for Jesus. Understand? And so to have this going on where likes are going up, likes are going down, you don't know whether it's a deranged human being, you don't know whether it's the matrix. At what point is it your bank account? Going up, going down, you know what I'm saying? Everything now is robotics. And these women are bowing to robotics. And it's going down to 5. That's a human being doing that. It's a game. But the thing is, the games are about to end. The game playing, the finger pointing, this, that, and the other shit's about to get real. And for those of us in regions in which the grid may not go out right away, well, there's still going to be a lot of rape and destruction. There's going to be a lot of home invasions. There's going to be a lot of destruction. And still to this day, I've never heard of anybody saying to me, you know, I reached out to Alex Jones and said he was wrong to throw you away. You're worth something, man. I told Alex about you. Nobody says anything. And I would think, not that I want to be friends with him, that he would have heard about me by now, being the dude of dudes. You know, and he really, it seems to me that none of you have told him about me, and that I've gone really deep, and that I'm the shit. And it seems that he's just living in his own little world where he doesn't know about the great legendary me. You know what I mean? And I am the ultimate shit. I am the ultimate dude of dudes. I'm just a little guy who doesn't fit into your physical world of the dude. But you know, if I was built like the Ultimate Warrior, if I was built like Hulk Hogan, if I never talked about being Afghani, if I was just a white man and had the same rugged voice like this and just said white, 1488, you know you'd support me, bro. And don't act like that's not the case. So don't try to pull the wool over my eyes. We all know why I'm suffering. And I'm in this Latina hell, and you're up in the mountains. And you're in LA, or you're in, you know. So just understand, if I get taken out by this world, I did give you everything, and I kept trying to help white people. All right. Now, we need to now step back from all the violent news, because I can go on and on. Okay, we have 1-year-olds killed. I don't need to traumatize you with that. We need to go back to the front page of YouTube, okay, and then just continue our investigation into Hurricane Milton, and then maybe we'll watch something from we'll take a look at some of the damage. One of the things that I'm noticing as far as the mainstream is there's literally no talk about human trafficking prevention for families to prevent human trafficking. So we have a mainstream reality where the coldness and the apathy regarding human trafficking is obvious in mainstream media with mainstream of our lives. And so it is not misogyny to say that women are not to be in charge of the military. They are not to be in charge of life-saving rape prevention things if they prove themselves to be natural human traffickers themselves of their own asshole. They have to have a natural resistance to human trafficking at the cellular level. Do you speak English by chance? Do you know what I'm getting at? The woman cannot naturally be a mind slave of the archons to lead the way in fighting human trafficking. A man with a penis who is a man of God, who does not believe that women are property. In other words, I am to be your leader. You've had plenty of tall white men as your leader. You've had straight Muslims as your leader in foreign countries. You've had psychotic white men as your leader. You've had Obama as your leader. If you're not neo-Nazis, you should be doing everything in your power to make me your leader for a period of time. I mean, seriously, you can't say that I'm worse than those guys. Really? You really want to go there? Man, that's not okay.